Several high-stakes races across the country. Here with a closer look at the results from last night. What they mean is Editor-in-Chief at Ballotpedia, Scott Rasmussen. Scott, good morning.
Good morning, Steve.
All right, these are the four states we're going to take a look at. We'll start with West Virginia, and this was a big one.
That's right. You know, Republicans were panicked that Don Blankenship would win the nomination after being in prison less than a year ago. They didn't think he was an ideal candidate.
Right.
President Trump tweeted out, said anybody but Blankenship. And guess what? Patrick Morrisey, the AG, the more conservative candidate, won there.
Right.
He's going to give Joe Manchin a good race. This one's in the toss-up category. Very important. You know, this is one of 5 states that Donald Trump won by won by double digits, that has a Democratic senator. Prime pickup opportunity for the Republicans.
What's interesting, and we're going to see this in your other panels, is this is a state attorney general, and they're throwing out the guy who is currently a member of Congress.
That's right. And guess what? Same thing happened in Indiana. 2 congressmen, Rokita and Messer, you know, they've had their ongoing feud. Well, a businessman comes in, an outsider, big theme right now, comes in and wins the nomination, spent $6 million of his own money. 2 big things are happening here. Joe Donnelly is going to be in trouble. He's the loser from this result, the Democrat. Donald Trump going to Indiana on Thursday. Mike Pence going to be heavily involved because they want to unify the party after this. Indiana probably, you know, again, one of the top tier Republican pickup opportunities.
Are we seeing the swamp thing? People want people out in America don't want the establishment to continue.
You know, we've heard all about the Democratic energy from the outside. Well, on the Republican side, being a Republican member of Congress is not good in a Republican primary.
Okay.
Now, in the Ohio governor's race to replace the never-Trumper John Kasich, we had 2 establishment candidates win, Mike DeWine, Richard Cordray. These guys were expected to win. It's going to be a tight race. DeWine has a slight edge. Important thing here, though, from the Republican perspective, is given a choice in Ohio, DeWine said, I'm with Trump, not Kasich.
Interesting stuff. That's a change for Ohio. Meanwhile, down in North Carolina.
Yeah, now this is the Charlotte area, my old stomping grounds. Robert Pittenger is the first incumbent to lose this year. He won this primary 2 years ago against Mark Harris by 134 votes, lost by about 800 last night. This is a Republican-leaning district. Republicans are a little nervous about not having an incumbent to defend it. I think the concern here is this is the kind of race that Democrats need to win if they want to win control. So Harris maybe gives them a little better shot because he's not an incumbent, but still, same theme. When you're an incumbent, it's not a good time to be in the Republican primaries.
Okay, and the so-called generic battle where ballot, where you take a look, who would you prefer in Congress, the Democrat or the Republican? Right now, the Democrats are leading by 6.5.
Yeah, and you got to remember, it's down from about 13 points last December, so the trend has been fairly good for the Republicans, stabilized right now. This is the big indicator when you're asking who's going to control the House in November. If it stays in a 5 or 6 point range, it's pretty much a toss-up. If the Democrat lead grows, well, then the Republicans are going to be in trouble. On the other hand, if the Republicans can chip into that a little bit, then they could very well retain control of the U.S. House.
So what we've learned today